Hello, Internet, and welcome to the SwirlyCast, the only audio show that can be enjoyed by humans and yokai alike. It is the subject of Oh, banana. You try thinking of anything else related to Donkey Kong and then come back to this episode. I'm your host, Koma. Happy you decided to spend a few minutes out of your day to come hang out with us. And with formalities out of the way, what is on the mind today? I apologize for going quickly, but we're talking about one of my favorite 2D platformers ever, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Oh boy, this game, it's fantastic. So, I was initially not going to purchase this game because, I wasn't that big a fan of Donkey Kong at the time, but it was a birthday gift, and I figured, let's try it and see how it is. Because I heard a lot of really good things about Tropical Freeze at the time, and you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna give this game a chance. Oh, mama, it delivered on more than just a chance. It is a fantastic game. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So the story. The Donkey Kong crew is celebrating a party. I think it might have been Donkey Kong's birthday, isn't explicitly said. When all of a sudden these new breed of villains, the Snowmats, comes over and takes over Donkey Kong Island and transforms it into an icy wonderland. The Kong Quartet gets sent off to a random island and gets launched into an airplane. And now it's up to them to reclaim their frozen wonderland from the Snowmats before it's too late. It's a platformer story, so it works. Gives an excuse for a bunch of apes running around, bashing baddies, rolling around at the speed of sound. You know, it's just, yeah, it works. So let's talk about that gameplay. It's one of my favorite 2D platformers ever. It has great controls, a lot of really awesome gimmick ideas. The level design is almost perfection. Where do I begin on this game? You start off with a fantastic opening level, Mangrove Cove, and it teaches you about the game if you haven't played it before. You get to choose one of your new partners, Diddy Kong, and then throughout the game you get access to the other three Kongs, Dixie Kong and Cranky Kong. But for Mangrove Cove, you're stuck with just Diddy, and he can help you glide through the air just like he did back in Country Returns. So it's a nice ability to have to introduce players into the gimmick. Dixie Kong is kind of like how she played back in Donkey Kong Country 2, only she's a little bit different this time around. Instead of using your ponytail to glide, she actually gives you a pseudo double jump this time around, whether you're playing as her or you have her as a buddy. And Cranky Kong is essentially just Scrooge McDuck. He can use his pogo stick to bounce on spikes and other obstacles as well. Obviously, Cranky Kong's my favorite, because the DuckTales control scheme is one of my favorites in gaming, and DuckTales Remastered is going to be an episode. Just get ready for that. So, yeah, I really like I really like how the Kongs control. And Donkey Kong, he's about the same as he always is. He's a big, lovable ape, and he can roll. He can do all that kind of stuff. He's really fun. I really enjoy this game's controls. Now, let's talk about a couple notable levels, aside from just Mangrove Cove. My favorite level in the game, and not only has one of the best sound. My favorite level in the game does not only have my favorite music track in the game, but also I think has the best set pieces in the game. Let's talk about Grassland Groove. Grassland Groove is one of my favorite 2D levels ever, just straight up. The music, I think that sells it for me because, it's not only dynamic, because during parts of the level, the song will actually change, and when you reach the end, it's like this big chorus comes in, it's so fun. But not only that, but the entire level is just pretty creative. You're in a savannah, and then you got a bunch of puppets that you can climb onto for giraffes and rhinos and zebras and stuff like that. And it's really fun. I really wish that other levels in 2D platform games were as creative as that. Sure, a savannah level isn't exactly all that, fleshed out, but Grassland Groove, it does do that. And the music. Can we just talk about the Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze's music before I absolutely explode? David Wise did an absolutely fantastic job with this soundtrack. Again, Grassland Groove. I could gush about Grassland Groove all day, and I'm pretty sure I would never get tired of it. It's a fantastic track in such a fantastic stage. Another level that I think is really fun is Sawmill Thrill, where you're tasked with using a rocket barrel to shave off time, and then you're just riding around and looking at this big wood chunk, like it's a minecart or something like that. It's kind of creative, and it's also kind of crazy at the same time. The music definitely does the music definitely does it justice here. Again, when music is used to the right effect, it can make levels that are otherwise kind of generic turn into something so much more. Like running around a giant wood factory, riding around on a giant wood chunk. Is creative, yeah, but when you combine it with such fantastic dynamic music, that's when it evolves into something much more than that. And that's why I love this game's levels, because it has all the set pieces. It has good dynamic music. It has creative level themes, and it just meshes together into like this beautiful sandwich that is just it's just sublime to eat. You got the peanut butter, you got the jelly, you got everything else, and then you mix it all together, and you have a gigantic feast like the size of a turkey or something like that. It's so delicious, and I love it. uh I could gush about this game all day. I love it to bits. I'm not going to say any more than that just because it would be going into spoilers, but let me just say right now, if you have not played Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze because the naysayers have been saying that it's just kind of generic or you don't want to play the Switch version, screw all them. Screw them. This game is fantastic and deserves your play. If you're a fan of 2D platformers, this is a must play for anyone. It's classic, but yet it's fresh. You get the new funky mode with the Switch version, which is the one I played first. But you can also still play it on Wii U if you ever want to do that. It's not as good, but the Switch version has Funky Kong, so it works. But still, yeah, I recommend this game. Don't let the premium price tag steer you away. It's worth every penny. And that's without even going into the side content as well, because there's a bunch of collectibles in the stages that'll keep you busy if you are a completionist, which I kind of am. So I've been completing the game, and it's been pretty fun. I played through it first, but I'm completing it. It's fun. I love this game. I love it. I love it. I love it. Again, without going too much into spoilers, it's fantastic. I recommend it for everybody who is a fan of 2D platformers. That's all I'm gonna say. This has been Kama, and ladies and gents and NBs, we do not include on this channel. Thank you for tuning into this episode of the SwirlyCast. Until next time, bye bye. DK, Donkey Kong, DK, Donkey Kong is here. Woo!